Fnatic definitely look better. Like
Okay, we got FUT on defense, we got Fnatic on attack.
At the same time, FUT getting destroyed like that, I don't expect that to happen again. Like, I would be very surprised if the
I agree with that. It's hard to forget that game, though.
Switched up the map pool, even gone into a map where Fnatic looks strong.
So FUT start on defense, and they got a stronghold over towards A early on with the Vice.
They're at the B site.
Not yet. They've
Oh,
started
I like the recon. It goes so low down here that you can only shoot it from this area. It means that it only scans this area. It's pretty good.
12 rounds on the A
I would have to
side.
see like where it actually lands to see if it's actually decent.
Affair, but the spike is here. It's made it to B early on, as have Fnatic crossing the site now. But it will not last long on the site with Zeus around, Sheriff in hand, and he's ripped 2 heads clean off out of Captain. So he's in trouble.
Yeah, that's some unlucky timing.
Chronicle. He's been putting up big numbers on this breach, and he's not looking to change the script anytime soon. Back to a 3v3.
Someone in chat posted that Chronicle was going to have a crazy game.
That's the reason this guy's the #1 rated breach, and although his utility's good, his shots are better. The thing is, though, they're up against Zeus, looking to take over the round.
Holy, that is one way to start it. Buys a Sheriff, gets all 5. Yeah, that's a scary person to get some confidence. He's one away from his ult.
To regret not picking him up. My goodness. An ace, and the tone
He's
is
still warming up his arm,
for this
apparently.
map. We saw Fnatic go to the other side of the map.
Nice shot.
We saw them get on site, and there was a little bit of a hiccup.
We got some
Chronicle,
confidence
the
going
player
in
who's
here, fair
delivered,
play.
steps up yet again for the double, but it doesn't matter in the face of this brilliance. A young guy on the server, and the only kill for his team is on his side, 5-0. Second round, well, it won't be much from Fnatic. No surprises for those of you
one
who
of
watch
everything.
Valorant. After you lose that pistol, there's not a whole lot to invest into, but they have gone for some Sheriffs of their own.
I'm actually gonna have a breakdown. Like, I know it's only round 2, but we didn't see them go to this half of the map the entirety of the game. The thing is,
they should have gone A.
More about the compositions. I think breaking into what's there for FUT is going to be more difficult. Plenty of delay available, and that is the spike, by the way. That has been delivered over to the side of FUT. So you might have had some hopes for this round. I would say that they should be almost completely diminished because the defense can just rotate over. Zeus, by the way, he's got his ult online. Not that surprising, but he does have it.
It is really cool to see this utility usage that we're talking about. You've got mid under control. You've got A under control as well with the wall. That's why there's 4 players here.
Very
Look
nice
how
on
easy
this. We got
they make
one
it look.
bullet that was hit. That is it. No one rebuys anything.
And a 2-0 start. But that was kind of an easy round. Their opponents didn't have much. There's always
I
dangers.
respect
We've
for
seen
looking
plenty
at
of
the
teams
game
fall
and just thinking,
to those kind of buys, or at least have a dent in their economy
our
afterwards.
Abyss will be good
After
against
a flawless
that.
start,
They just spammed
2-0
A hits.
beginning. It's Fnatic purchasing up
Like
rifles
they just
with
spam
a
side
chance
hits,
for
I
the
guess,
fight
as well.
back from FUT. Early on, though, early days, there's already an ultimate online coming into round 3 in the hands of Zeus. That's what a 6-0 start's going to get you.
Yeah,
And really early on, FUT
really
go 3 people over towards A to make sure they
Even
can shut A
chuck
down.
away the sniper to a teammate, and
They got
Going
Yoru
with the
ult if they
rifle
want to
himself,
retake. Dude, we put
you
forms
can see
on the
it
jump
does look
spot.
like Fnatic's
So once you
stance is okay.
commit,
They've seen everything we've got
you can pop
on
the
one
forms
side.
and
Let's
then you won't be
try
able to
and
escape
put
either
pressure on the
side.
other side.
It's kind of
Kayak's
sick.
just gunned it all the way down mid.
You'd obviously have to get
taking a
info
lot
that they're
of
jumping
space for the
across. But
team. And it does seem like pressure eventually is going to come in onto Yerege, but I'll be honest, it might be his first time playing
this is nice from Fnatic, though. This is what I said that I wanted to see, right? They never went middle at all. So their first big buy round, they actually create pressure over towards middle.
Any reward for them, at least the kill in the wall that
So like if you had your whole game plan leaving middle, now you have to actually worry about it, and you've been conditioned really early on.
Creeping his way through the spawn, good trades by Chronicle, spike retrieved, and the man advantage on the back of it. Still though, blow for blow with the
Vice has been
weaponry
very
FUT
popular
have
at the
brought
moment.
to
Which
bear in
region's been
this
playing it
round.
the most?
It's not a terrible start.
China plays a lot of Vice. Probably China's the most.
Fnatic are clearly questioning where those remaining 2 are going to be. You'd have the expectation after finding that many kills over on the B side of the map that
Cool to go A.
will make this rotation.
I like this from Fnatic though. This makes a lot
here
of
is
sense.
What weaponry can be
And they actually
retrieved,
managed to
because
pressure
right
middle,
now, you
and
talk about this 2 versus 3
they
if
got the
spike
kill
was
on
down
middle
the B
as well.
side
So
with, not only having post plant available for Boaster, but also
FUT's
Chronicle
whole
alive in the
original
late
plan
round.
of probably
I'd
stacking
be very
sites, which
confident.
again I think would have been right.
If maybe another gun
gonna have to be more
goes
wary
into
of
the
mid.
hands of FUT and they get into an after plant retake over on A,
Spike planted.
I wouldn't say it's likely, but I feel like there's more possibilities than there were with him running in with the Spectre.
I'll give you that. Time, though.
Okay, let's see what damage they can do.
Issue for Fnatic. Even with this composition, they're playing on site. In a way, this may catch them off guard. If you're
Fnatic running it down now, yeah, it's way more methodical. They kind of can't run it down against the Vice.
A lot of utility that should be in main, and instead it's sitting on the site at a captain. Caught off guard. Nice shot by Cracks, and he tries for the adjustment.
It's good damage.
Nothing will stop
But 3 of them, they should be happy with that with a bonus.
Piece on the board, the first round for Fnatic secured.
Yeah, he's one of the few players that you get a positive rating out of when playing on this agent. And a lot of that stuff will be whether or not you're surviving or getting kills or whatever. But the thing is, he is just able to still put up numbers in these late round positions. That was the exact goal for Fnatic with this comp. It's Kayak and Alpha. They take the space, they fight aggressively, and then you have the 3 remaining in the post plant. The thing is, so far, Alpha has been quiet. And
okay, double ult, and everyone apart from these 2 can buy next. Well. So
well, for FUT,
we want to see all of these ults here. And FUT still heavy prepped for the A hit that honestly might not come.
It is, and with Fnatic having the Rolling Thunder, well, the battlefield seems fairly evenly set for now. FUT have their opportunities. Information with that ultimate is often going to be in play. The drone here seeks some info on middle, but it doesn't see anyone. And Fnatic,
it gets a little bit weird when you do this, right?
Window for them to exploit.
Double smokes committed, but then you kind of know that they can't smoke off the 3 choke, so you always have some kind of crossfire. Dude, I massively respect Fnatic for this. We had 2 rounds where they just heavy use middle and completely wrecked the game plan of FUT. And I mean, this is smart, and this is like why Boast is like very smart when it comes to this kind of stuff as well. They literally had a game where they pretty much went A majority of the time, let's just say it was 10, I don't know what it was, and then they had B like twice in the game before against Gentmates, and they never used middle. We're already 4 rounds in and they've used middle twice.
The stars already placed within the site, like
how are you even planning
on getting back into this without losing the round? And obviously you look at the finances, there's really nothing there.
And then a timeout will come in,
this is round over,
but we'll have to talk about middle, and then you're probably going to see him try and sight him more,
about the fact that
you would imagine.
You watched a team literally play this map yesterday, play 12 rounds on the attack, win 11 of them, all of them going towards the A site, and so far, the only time they've stepped in the A site was a rotation back after taking B. They are playing the opposite game to what they played yesterday.
God, this is a different look, to say the least. Although I am pleased, Tom, that in 1 round we got to see 2 bomb sites, spike sites, however you want to refer to them, as opposed to in 1 entire half seeing only 1. It was a nice change.
The FUT timeout to be like, well, you know how I said they weren't going to go mid? Well, they've gone mid twice. So now we need to hold middle. And then now we're probably...
Fnatic sensing the gap.
If I'm Fnatic here, I'm probably doing like the fake TP at middle, same similar stars, but then they're all fakes, then you just sight it.
Because there's not going to be Rolling Thunder for a while, but their economy's shaky.
I've just seen guys do like wipe his hands. I'm like, so our plan initially was to stack A.
Coach Potatoes posted on Twitter. I have a lot of chamber. Did Mini do it already? It's fast, Mini.
In place, but that's the thing. They've come in with quite an obscure comp. The only people who are playing anything remotely similar in EMEA is Carmine Corp, who you've got Sadak as your IGL. He always plays fairly obscure stuff. One of the only players still sticking to Harbor, and that's the only difference. You have yourself a Sova instead of a Harbor, a solo smoke with extra initiation.
Yeah, I have a good amount of chamber in there. I was tempted with the Abyss chamber as well, but
know what they're doing.
I just put Sage in next up and talk about Sage for a whole year.
Execution takes from Fnatic, but without information until they're going for the take. And that means we haven't seen early gambles.
Okay, and Fnatic, after creating enough pressure over towards middle, now get ready for just a straight up B hit. I will say that FUT have done good though to put the Vice here.
So I'm not certain that it's going to be used, and if it is, it will just be for point of contact info. In a round like this with 2 rifles though, you're going to have very limited ability to follow up on that information. So perhaps it is best saved for the future. The gate crash for the rotation, but these players are miles away. It's Yedajay, the only one with a rifle on this side of the map. He's going to have to put up numbers. Does well to take Alpha, and the wall buys a bit more time. The smoke that they have to walk through, but they've caught an angle and
I can't get much perfect. than this for Fnatic as well. It's like one of those game plans that's gone perfect apart from their pistol, obviously.
The shock darts tickling a few players up, but for the most part, it's just one rifle that they're up against. It's an ult from Zeus.
What about Fracture and Neon? I mean, it's fine.
Major damage is found.
I think there's stronger agents than Neon at the moment, unless you got a guy who's insane on it.
Always a chance he could turn the round.
Okay, lovely from Fnatic. A couple of mids into the B hits, and now FUT are in theory all over the place.
Massively impressed with him over the last couple of matches. It was a case where I think we looked at this squad and go, oh, the Durka replacement's not really the Durka replacement, but I think in yesterday's game you could argue he was up there. Now, of course, facing off against Zeus, who has had a very good start to the game. An ace in the pistol, you can't really write much more than that. I'm waiting to see what he has otherwise, because that ult's now been online. It's been online for 3 rounds in a row. We haven't seen any sort of set play around it. Have to expect that's coming.
You really do.
They recon
with
a flash. Instant Astro. And then we're sending it with 2 of us though. Recon goes in as well. They see that on the minimap. This is great. This is a great ult from him to insta-clear this. He's going to see 2 on site, so what does the Astra and the Vice do?
The spike's out of here, yeah.
It's just a ruse.
This is a nice round though.
Alongside the Cosmic Divide to try and open up the A site.
The problem is they didn't save the clone. Like, I don't think they need to send the clone into B, because the clone would have been nice for the wall here. But I guess they're trying to work out if the wall's there or not.
Fnatic almost have to time this together, otherwise players are going to be trapped, and that has happened. Boaster left outside the site, and they can isolate these battles, leaving Crashies alone. And well, Boaster now with an operator, still with the spike. They know that there's still potential of this being a B.
I will say the Vice is looking nice though.
Even if Alpha was still on that B site, if he was still embedded deep, the chances of them getting the spike down, not looking too good. With an operator in play, not looking like it's worth the risk either. So, with 25 on the clock, and I think with closer to 40 on the clock, the save has been called by Fnatic.
TMB stream died.
And
wait, UK internet.
See a FUT push into them. And if anything, they probably hope that they won't.
The Vice will? Yeah, the Vice will wreck them. I mean, the Vice, honestly, the Vice almost won them the round before as well. Like, it did isolate the Alpha on the site the round before over towards B.
Back and waiting patiently.
No, I also like the way that FUT are taking these
Vice is annoying
because I think
you got to
you look at other potential solo site.
You got to default. You got to default. You got to find that wall.
And although you can have aspects that delay for a few seconds, the Vice is very different. Like, the Vines mean that if he pops both of them, you're running through and taking a lot of damage. Okay, maybe Alpha can get over the top, or you could have the TP through as well.
Sage of Vice on this map? I'm just a massive Sage fan on this map.
Trapped. There's no opportunity. So you could see what Fnatic would do.
Like, okay, I reckon Sage would probably get antied pretty hard eventually.
We know where it's going to be, and one player didn't.
How's the Iceland internet? Surprisingly really good. But I don't know if if that's just because I'm comparing it to like UK internet, which is not good.
Battle outside this A site again.
Yeah, never seen this one from Fnatic, except for their entire last game. Looking at the A site, same sort of control. Boaster watching the
where are we at in terms of money, dude? We must be kind of low, no? No, everyone's getting alright. We've got 1 person on each they can't buy, which just means they're false, obviously.
It feels like they'll commit in. And with Kayak having the ultimate to clear the way, it could be a logical
ping? Yeah, the ping isn't great. I get like 50 ping to servers. That's not great. But I don't play that much, so it doesn't really affect me.
For now, though, they definitely are biding their time.
And when I do, it's nice to have the excuse that it's the ping that's making me crap and not just me.
Some of the utility on the other side of the map. They have read that your ultimate is online because their Vice setup is passive. They are expecting to have to play retake, so they're on a retake setup over here on B, and then on A they're playing more heavily aggressive so that they could potentially fight.
Okay, this is going to be interesting of how FUT want to handle this.
It's just whether or not those 2 players can hold the line.
Kayak.
No way, nice shot.
He's not getting past that line, and Zeus has stepped in to help from above. Sure, they found
but no one else has managed to enter over towards site.
No access to site for now. Fnatic.
Yeah, Chronicle didn't want to send it in because he has an op.
At this point,
Boast is lurking near spawn, and then we had Crashies that was ulting.
Need to be fast. They'll have Vice utility to contend against, and Vice just around the corner. Yedije even activates the thorns just in time. 15 seconds.
They might be able to just plant here though. Yeah, and like they're playing to let them plant. But man, it's got to be tempting.
Getting this spike down. In fact, it needs to be planted here and now. No time. If the spam works, it could be the end of the game.
My God, that got close. Chronicle tanked a little bit from the spam as well.
not caught out.
It's doable for the 2 on site.
The advantage is
Chronicle
still
might
there
get
for
to
FUT on the defense.
He didn't have the best angle. He's watching heaven. Maybe.
Shot connected. See the defense already locking them into the site, but that's where they already were. Crashy's trying to get up close, but he's been spotted. Leaves him in no man's land. It's all left onto Chronicle. He's been fantastic with this breach.
Has a breach
operator.
damage, but I'm not sure
I
it would
thought I'd
reach.
say before, but can he win them the round? 2 players still standing.
Nice
Watching
shot.
his angle, he lands another. And in fact, he knows the player's not on the spike. He's got the aftershock to delay them completely.
He's absolutely owned it. Doesn't even matter if he misses the shot. That was really nice from him.
It matters not for Chronicle.
At the end of the day, the Red Bull clutch is all they need. Live or die. The round falls to Fnatic. The lead with
Astra suck.
This was...
When they're planning on B
for the
here.
start of the round that they had, Krax finding the pick that he did, the punish as well, coming in onto Alpha here, Zeus getting here just in time to defend from up above in heaven. This looked perfect.
Like here, if they Astra suck there, they know exactly where to spam instead of randomly spamming.
Kayak has his ult, we'll give up this space.
Like here the plant, we would then go to the middle, you could spam it, he'd be pretty much in the open.
They get revealed by a utility. Setup was great. Then they lose a 1v3
it's like a
to
cooldown on 4 seconds.
Oof,
that's
not
unlucky.
So great. Not so, like, you could probably have played that one a little bit better, especially with the Cosmic Divide down and you killing the first aggressive play. That bit, not so great. You're up against Chronicle, it's going to happen sometimes.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, and I'm sure they realized it immediately, but after the first kill, player has an op, stick together, take the trade.
Yeah.
It's an easy game, but in the moment, you
Do I
get a
play
little
Valorant?
distracted.
Sometimes.
Eye not on the prize.
We get to play like in the off-season normally.
Fnatic, interestingly, are the ones calling this timeout. Keep in mind, this is the team that won 4 of the last 5 rounds, so if that's not proactivity from the coaching staff, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I think it's more just, firstly, you might need to calm the team down after Chronicle does that. I know, I was excited.
Is this the first time we've seen 2 scan initiators in a comp? Nah, people used to run,
Why,
there's a couple of teams, maybe like 2 years ago, that used to run Fade, Sova on, or was it like Sova and Sky on Bind? I can't remember.
You might not see him at the top of the board. It's been irritating, so it might just be something that they can look to adapt.
I swear I've seen this comp before. I felt like people used to use it on Bind.
From the defense. They have pushed up fairly aggressively.
Yeah, I think people have done it on Pal as well.
It means they've able to at least double up a player or 2, or even just rotate one over.
Yeah, the Ascent triple initiator. Yeah, that's true. When Chamber was a thing.
FUT have sent 2 players extra to the B side. We're going to have a 4-man stack up. By the looks of it, Fnatic are running right into it. Now there is a late play around middle, and Crashies is playing.
I like this change up from FUT though. They go aggro over towards A. They put the wall down to get early info.
Come through again. The utility that's in play for them, it is very much you have to assign a player to be that trap wire.
Okay, Core gets makes, and I like this from Fnatic though. Alpha's gone hunting at middle.
He was
Hey, he's got incredible timing. Oh my goodness, he has incredible timing. And he can call everyone to go back over towards B because in theory, he's about to own everyone.
Those players are both isolated on
He's playing this well though.
And very worried about Alpha.
I feel like Kayak needs some help on site.
Well, they've got to make a move. They swing into heavy traffic. Stun goes in. Kayak
maybe not.
Right after it. The double is clean.
Dude, the double jaws has absolutely opened it up.
Map showing up. We saw it earlier on. His mid lurk. He was sneaking his way up the entire round.
They're
and
just
the
so fine on their own.
Absolutely perfect. A large part of that being Yedeje.
Alpha,
He pops his flash, and as a result, here's a drone.
Especially as they just started going for the side hits to add the luck into middle is good. It's nice. Alpha must love this comp, to be honest. Just him having full freedom to do what he wants, even if he goes down, they got another duelist that can enter the site.
Kill for this man. I think that puts him up to 4 kills so far. And if you've just got Alpha here warmed up,
the discipline from Alpha there, just him smoking floor and waiting for the rotate was awesome. Because he only spotted 1 on site as well, right? So he thinks that someone should be close to him anyway.
Like, there's been multiple rounds, be it an all-in take or just leaving someone behind. Even Boaster finding a kill with like 5 seconds left. And a lot of it comes down to the difference between the utility that you have. Like, Fnatic are going to have to be more proactive with their hold of mid. But a lot of teams might have a Cypher, so you can put a trip there. You don't have to actively watch it, whereas you can't do that with the Vines. They can delay, but they can't give you that same level of information.
Give and take, the pros and cons. There, the con most certainly highlighted. Right away, the utility has been spotted and finally dealt with. The trade out of the drone for that. We'll see if it's worthwhile. Stunned, primed, and ready. Soon we'll see a gate crash go in. The drone already has. Alfier, Blade Storm. He delivered in so many rounds when this Blade Storm was online. It's not active though. It's the rifle that he has in his hands. The effect, well,
dude,
the same to start with.
honestly, oh my goodness, I respect it though.
Weapons on foot. Still
you gotta go for something mad.
A bit of a fight, and Boaster, well,
he's back.
This is the biggest challenge he's had in Spawn so far. Usually players have their back turned. This time, they're pressuring him. And the battle in the Spawn taking place. Ringa Rosie, he's called for backup too.
Boaster's just running away from him.
If he's done this for orb management, he is the smartest man in Valorant.
I love
if
him.
He's done it because he's just running away, maybe not so much. And the captain has decided, you know what, I've got my one orb. That's
yeah, it doesn't want to give
I'm
Boaster a
going
freebie.
straight off the map. The thing is though, the kill on to
Boaster,
Kayak,
yeah, literally started the fight, called his mates over, and then ran out of there.
Retrieved by Boaster, which I think it was. That's absolutely fine.
A great trade. It is a great trade for him. And look, for Fnatic 6-3 in the lead. Now coming into this round, Kayak's ultimate online, Blade Storm for Alfier as well. Whatever FUT discussed during Fnatic's last call, here's the time to implement it. Zeus is coming into the round with an operator.
That's so funny. Why does that sound like him as well? That's incredible.
Crazy early aggression, but his gate crash
just giving it on a night out. Call your mates in. Run away.
It got more than a one-track mind to it. Sitting outside the A site is the Spike, but sitting outside B are two players, an Alpha with an operator of his own about to find its target.
I mean, he hit him.
And its mark, actually. 33 HP left on Adicap, and that wall just saved his life.
Okay, and the dude, they're literally just finding the Vice wall and getting out of there.
Fnatic baited some of the utility, but the vines are still in place, so you can see the proactive position. Zeus has now been posted up in mid. As said, that has been a problem for the side of FUT thus far. They have not been able to hold that ground.
Yeah, it's a nice Prowler though, over towards A. Prowler goes in, spots no one.
I guess the tagged up player
Don't feel confident
We'll see if it pays off, because I
to
think
rotate
he's going to be
though. Another Prowler goes in, we've got a Vice flank going on.
Fair to say that Kayak has a vague idea on where he's sitting. He's taking a
No
big
way.
risk though with that swing.
No way.
Mechanical mistake. Alfier goes down.
Yeah,
Both
I feel like as soon as the duelists go down, is it not over? Oh my god, I'm
dangers
surprised they
avoided
still
by
went to this.
individual brilliance by a man with 33 HP, destined for death at the start of the round.
3v5, they use the ult in, Sova ult to stop the plant. This delays a lot for Vice.
Tangible. Hunter's Fury has been used for, well, effect, to be honest. 12 seconds now. We ran all the way down to the final.
Beto hits all three.
Corner, but he won't be able to deny the plant. What he will do is take Chronicle down, take Boaster out of the equation, and leave Crashies to do it all.
Okay.
Well, Crashies is for Yedige as well.
It's one of the best Byrons they got for a while though, right?
Yeah, nice round from him.
Feels like it's been
nice
a while.
delay from FUT to be able to get them into position, and further proof that stuns are all but cosmetic, because when a guy with
2 ults, yeah, but
is blinded and stunned, and he's
they
still
gotta get something on the board here.
This is the confidence you need to play this game. You could see all those visuals on your screen, and you still believe you're going to hit the shot. But yeah, in the end, it came down to not only having a lack of information on the other side because of the fact you've been hit by that Nightfall, but just solid positioning and delay from the side of FUT. Now we wait and see if they can turn this into something a little bit more, because you have to bear in mind, as it was said on the desk, we've barely seen the defensive side of this map for Fnatic. We don't know if it's going to hold up, and the comp looks like it will work better on attack. If this ends 6-6, I'd say
okay, Alpha gets the attack hop out.
Well, it remains to be seen. Still, those 2 rounds to be
pressure over towards middle
Fnatic,
with the Yoru going in. Yeah, and you can at least shoot the drone and then get out of there at one point.
To his shenanigans, they've heard him, and now they've most certainly seen him. Decoy even spotted, so it won't be
and then so everyone focuses on middle. Sites are weaker, so you can hit sites.
Setup from FUT, avoiding a lot of that utility bombardment. No ultimates for Fnatic, but post plant now available will be Crashies on the Hunter's Fury. Although I see he's the one bringing the spike in.
That was info. I think that jump spot.
Now they don't really have any ults to actually like stop them planting.
That aggressive position. Space has been taken, but it does seem like FUT are more than happy to play the retake.
Oh no, the Fawns.
Got themselves the Steel Garden. They almost could have lost it, but also could have gained the kill.
Boaster's POV is incredible, man. Look at some of the rounds he's got.
It's just whether or not they can get into
so
a more
sick.
aggressive position. I am looking at Kayak though. That lake flank could be everything, but you can see
Zarek
they are
Val, thank you so much, Zarek. Appreciate the Prime. Thank you for the 8 months.
We saw the impact
I saw it goes in, but they got so many people offside. They're kind of fine. We've got to keep an eye on Kayak going for the round the worlds. A big early flank, like he's there really early.
This is a big danger. The defuse tapped and
Crashes, but they do get a half. Yeah, Kayak's just popped 2 of them. Oh boy.
No, they've fallen all the way down.
That's incredible. What a stacked round this was.
That round result would be the same regardless, the flank from Kayak and so on, but denying orbs?
He was denying the orb.
Yes, I mean, with how close his opponents are to those ultimates, it just makes sense.
I mean, realistically, he didn't have much of a chance. He would have had to have killed 2 people that were close enough to stop him from defusing. Like, I know it's half, but...
To deny orb. I won't hear any... We didn't need a replay. We just didn't need the replay.
I want the, this is the replay I wanted, though. Okay.
He's not even phased.
He's not as upset.
Oh. Might be now.
Okay, Alpha back on the up again. He's been throwing this away when he needs to enter over towards site.
Still with a chance of an 8-4 half. Still a strong attack side showing, but we will have to witness a little bit more of that defense. A very aggressive stack up from the defenders. That's 1-2 spotted.
Yeah, but would you think there's a Vice tucked into the corner? I mean, they do.
Surely, they do. Okay, well, I wasn't going to give Fnatic the credit for clearing the corner after seeing so many flee. Kayak is again in this position, but because of the aggressive A main spot, they're not quite there with the same level of info gathering. They don't know that he is wrapping up in heaven. It might not matter. Zeus tries to take matters into his own hands, playing quite aggressive indeed.
Ooh.
Tucked in behind the box, Alpha comes around and a nasty surprise awaits him. Zeus now looking for a little bit more. Decoy sent out, faking the steps as
a great recovery shot.
Reclaimed. Mr. Fallen loses his life for that though, as Kayak claims the kill himself and Crashy so desperately low, and Zeus quickly dispatches them. It's Chronicle and Boaster left in it, but the operator rings.
Nice, 4 bullets. Oh my, bro. That's his second ace.
He's dug them out of a deep,
he started fast round with a half of an ace, and he ends the last one with an ace. That's sick.
For them to get 5 rounds, it really shows that this guy is on a different level in terms of the individual
That was awesome.
ability.
Dude, I mean, his aim here was incredible, though.
Mitch, I think they're going to need a whole lot more if they're going to...
Round and 12th round. Let me quickly mute this so I don't get copyright struck. Chat, what I was gonna say is this from Fnatic, right? If you look at the Gentlemates game and you look at this game, it's probably like one of the best examples of like what a game plan is on a map, right? You look at how Fnatic played against Gentlemates and how they played here, it's completely different. And that's all like game plan against who they were playing against. Or at least Fnatic knowing that they hit A all the time before, so they have to kind of do something else. And that A is going to be super strong from FUT. So this was cool. This is like the best example of a game plan we've seen for a while. Just because it's back-to-back and in such a short space of time. So yeah, if you're ever kind of wondering what a game plan is, or someone's asking, I feel like this is the 2 kind of best examples back to back. Just look at how different their attacks were. That's a lot down to like the coaches and the IGL. And I feel like we followed it pretty well, saying there'd be pressure over towards A and a lot of mid when they didn't go mid before.
Welcome back, folks. Half number 2 is about to kick off here. 7 rounds in the first half.
Does the game plan include a 100-page document? Yes, yeah, minimum.
Questions about their defense.
Coaches have a lot of time, so
we're about to see that play out in front of our very eyes.
We're always doing the 100
how that
pages.
Half ended dissuade you at all? Or are you expecting 2 more aces coming in from Zeus?
It is insane. Like, that's the thing. There was a reason that this guy was a hot prospect, but having 2 aces in a
1-0
singular
for the
half,
Pistols.
I know that we talk about, I think it was Safe, who's been able to get 3
minimum,
in a map,
yeah, minimum.
So he's potentially looking at an EMEA record. I'll have to wait and see.
Take flight.
Maybe they'll need it. They are still down by a couple of rounds. Pistol would be nice. And well, hey, he started it off strong.
Not again, surely. Well, let's see, Fnatic. Well, there's a bit of pressure put on Crashies. He is trapped in this corner, spotted and taken down, but he will eliminate Zeus
like
for
a double pistol.
Yeah,
a little bit unlucky for
4v2
Fnatic on this.
Remember, none of these players on foot found a kill in the last pistol, Tom, so that's because they were all taken away from them.
Okay.
All right, that's not a bad shot to start with. Yedajay's tagged down low. I wasn't expecting this to be that competitive, but there's still quite a chance for especially a player like Kayak.
Less doable with the recon out.
And he won't
Okay,
find
double
a quick
pistol.
trade from Yedajay. 7-6, if you believe in the FUT comeback here on the attack side. Well, it's already underway, one away from their opponents.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how Yedajay makes this work. Because as I said, we haven't seen him play this agent. I also think on the
Did I
attack
watch
side,
Pacific? Yeah, Pacific was fun today.
Dicey at times. Good post-plant utility, definitely. But you got to get there in the first place. And then almost the opposite side for Fnatic. Is it going to be like an old-school split where you're just super aggressive? You're sending that double duelist in to try and take space away? Are we going to see just aggressive positioning with a get-out-of-jail-free card? Who knows? Or are they going to play more retakes?
Yeah, they got their own version of middle as well. Flash, stun, TP with smoke, yeah.
Possible for it to be as strong as
okay, but they
time,
fake it. They fake it, but it's we have a TP that is you're going to avoid the stun, and then vision is blocked here, and you're not going to be standing where the stun is. So no matter what, it creates pressure. Like you could have gone into this box. So fake TP is nice. It's something similar to what Fnatic were doing. In fact, I think it's the exact same as what Fnatic was doing. Damn, they weren't close enough to hear it. Ooh.
They've cleared all their corners, they've played as a unit, they've played it slow and
dude, those things are the worst, man. Where like two people run by you and you're like, oh my god. You're like, I've really got to think about who I'm going to kill here. It's the third guy peeks around the corner. Just perfectly pre-aiming
Classic, but any damage that can be done will be nice. All moving as a unit. Althea Crashies with some upgraded pistols, although that's quickly going to change hands for Chronicle. Doesn't seem to matter. This already starting to become quite costly. Retrieving those weapons is not going to be the easiest, especially if the spike goes off. So the question now becomes, do they have to try and kill the remaining members of Fnatic in order to retrieve some of that weaponry?
Time's ticking. Fnatic, no pressure's on the other side.
And they didn't really want to use Util here, it looked like.
It's not an option in the end. And a clean run back through for FUT. Okay, 7-7.
Phantom got thrown off the map.
Oh, it did, yeah. They've not managed to save it. There's a Phantom in there, but they just bought it and sold it. Okay, that's not a bad bit of impact at all.
Yeah, it fell off then, I guess.
I think they brought a lot less through into this round than they would have wanted to, and it's going to leave some serious vulnerability. So yeah, that extra kill or two is going to help out quite a bit. It means there's a couple of pistols online for this round, which for Fnatic captain, I'll be honest, really doesn't matter at all. Sometimes I genuinely wonder if he's better
first
with
big buy
pistols.
round. Kind of
looks like
bonus against the
a
buy.
very direct B hit.
So I just want to go for the straight up hit. Recon, smoke. 10 HP.
Kayak's already out of here.
Yeah, those Fawns look pretty deadly. Oh god.
It will be different because he's still got a gun in his
Just telling his teammate to not pop the Fawns there, please.
Some of the utility now
he did good though. He took a lot of space. I like the smoke with ATP into.
But if they can close distance and pick up that
they do it like here so they can jump up as well.
Unfortunately, they're stuck on that site, kept back by the re-aggression from Fnatic. And now, with the weaker weapons in hand, they still, despite the even numbers, have an uphill battle on their hands.
The main thing against Fnatic at this stage will be that time. It is a perfect
no way,
start
it's
to give them the
recon.
information. That leaves the remaining players with very little to play with. And while with already cracks dealt with, Yedajay, he kind of just has to die at this stage just to make sure that he's getting everything he can do. Get that extra orb, trying to deny them. And you know what?
Hey, I mean, dude, he takes down Crashies. It's good though. This recon was everything.
Quite easy for the side of Fnatic.
It's still important to get those 2 or 3 kills in the rounds you'll lose, right? Just to keep that economy honest, and especially with the chance for Fnatic winning those first 2. You don't want to be, with FUT winning the first 2, you don't want to be leaving the economy to run sky high. Now,
they really use this. They really use this Astra smoke against them with the recon. Gave him a free combo.
One real rifle,
They got stunned, right? So I don't think they can shoot the recon.
I really love the use of the
Chronicle's stun was incredible as well.
Obviously, if there's a dart, you're shooting it immediately. If you stun first, they can't shoot it. They were both revealed.
A little hard.
Nice combo.
He saw it on the backside.
Nice shot, dude. And this is the buy v buy.
Already down. Yeah, positions
We
last
got
time were based on the
1-2 the combine next. We got 5 the combine next.
But let's see
That's
if
a lot.
we
Yes,
get
Jacob
there.
buy
Zeus
2-4.
has been taken out of the game, and who will fill his boots?
This is what I want to see more. Yedege on that luck. Kayak's not getting over aggressive, realizing already we have that man advantage. We have Hunter's Fury for
I mean,
a retake.
Yetage's
If we
done
get there,
really good to get up mid,
doesn't need
but
to be the hero necessarily in this round. But that double push-up of deep control.
and I do wonder at one point if Fnatic are like gonna have to do a punish of middle. They've just been giving
Can
it
they
up for
make
free.
something of this? Isolating Boaster would put Kayak in a
But I do think that's so fine because a lot of people use smoke, so you can just like play the crossfires.
I think the idea might be for Cracks to draw their eyes, so they try to push him out of position and walk straight into Yedege.
Like a lot of people use the smoke to get to middle, so you're always going to have one crossfire open.
And there's a real chance to drop Chronicle and open an avenue for
Nice shot from Chronicle.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have doubted Chronicle on that one. He doesn't get over.
Okay, it's 3v5 on site. If Atta gets the plant, he gets ult. Don't have the luxury of doing it.
Need to find another solution. And the aggression of
Cracks got to be tempted to go in
He's
there.
up close to the smoke while his teammates fall back further while they set up for post plant. One away from a Hunter's Fury on Mr. Fallen.
Oh,
If he
he's
can
in
grab a
trouble.
pick
He
on
gets
the cross
Fade
and
in a
bail
little bit
out,
now.
It could be huge.
Trading is the game though for Fnatic. All 5 players are going to try and take these fights together. Smoke going to be put onto the spike. Close range positions might not be expected. That one's easy for Cracks, but already tagged down to 30 HP. And again,
Extra suck.
completely
Okay,
isolated.
nicely
Needed a
handled
quick
still.
fight.
Dude, Fnatic are on top of
he's
this.
not
This
gonna
was
be getting
nice. The only thing that like I was
Ends up being
thinking
quite easy
maybe
for
could have been
Fnatic
done
in the
those, you know, when they had
end.
this smoke and they were
Plenty of
probably in
time
it.
left.
You could have done like the
Players
Tether on the other side to spam
I
him.
think if there's any other player,
Like just throw it on the
there's
floor.
a chance that Yedege
You need
gets
to
that
get a
kill.
kill.
But if there is a
I feel like the
man
chance
who
of him
knows his
could be right
angles,
there.
it is Chronicle. He's not giving you any spot where you can peek him and you have an advantage.
It's crazy because the longer you look at a player static like that, especially while there's utility and a hit coming in on the other side of the map, that player
Fnatic?
wants
Oh, dude,
to
they're
rotate.
looking
They
great.
want to
You
be
gotta
there
think-
with their
you gotta
team,
think they lost
and
double
most
piss on
players
this.
are gonna get a little itchy. They're gonna take that step forward. All right, I'll start my rotation, and you get shot in the side of the head. Chronicle, he waits. He's like a statue,
I think he could sit there for like 2.5 hours and he'd still be like, this is the right.
and immediately on the head as soon as he peeks. Reactions were impressive. Patience paid off. Fnatic 9-7 as a result. 3 ultimates for FUT. Weaker weapons across the board. They managed to put pressure on players up close. Alpha already having to give up some control of the side.
Oh god, dude, there's so many options of who to shoot, and he didn't get any tags. And they do use an ult and an eco, which worries me.
By one duels, Crashies drops 2. Alpha does the same, and this round
Okay, well,
is
they'll
done.
take that.
Fnatic double digit secure.
Yeah, I don't know about the ult on an
quite
eco.
surprised. I could actually commit the Hunter's Fury
did the
into
right
that one. I
damage
guess
if
just
that's what they're
having a
trying to
build-up
do.
of ultimate, so like, okay, we can throw one in just to try and make things costly. And to be fair,
Yeah.
I don't know how much it did in damage, but it definitely gave little bits of extra space that Yedege was able to capitalize on. This is where the response needs to be had, though. Bear in mind, the next map is Fracture, where I'd say both teams are comfortable, but the fact that Fnatic are choosing that map still gives me faith that they'll be there to take it over the line. And with this choice now being there for FUT, bear in mind, they have won both pistols. So you're looking at this game going 10-7. Well, that's pretty close. In
Boaster and Crashies are just, they're not fragging heavy, but they're just doing their roles.
Fracture, we got to see that yesterday.
Like,
up
all their
against
util's
Gentleman's.
good.
Fnatic lost the pistol, went 2-0 down, 13-6 in the end. It's
Why
not
is
a
the
map
coach
that we
taking
got,
notes? Is
that's
it necessary?
For
Oh, for sure.
They want to do the damage here. It's not too late.
You're trying to
especially with
write
ults
down all
coming
the
online.
info and piece
It's not like
everything
Fnatic
together
have
to help in the
9K
timeouts.
on every player. We can see an eco in
Depends,
the future. It does
depends
get
how you like to
easier.
do it, really.
Those first couple steps, there's going to be quite a bit of resistance too. 3 rounds in between them, and the final timeout for FUT in regulation. We've seen 3 so far. This being the 3rd. Fnatic have 1 left. So it's very much a pacey conclusion to this map with not much more time to breathe once we get started again.
It is kind of insane to think winning both pistols, Zeus on 20 kills, and you're still 3 rounds behind. Like, if you look at the scoreboard from the top down, it almost feels like that doesn't make any sense, but
I mean, we can give 3 rounds to Zeus, a pistol, a follow-up, and then the other ace that closed out the half. So almost half the rounds.
Operator in play. We've seen quite a lot of pressure put here from FUT as well. Already. Crash put into play now. It will place him right
they're
next
kind of committed on this one. I like the change up. Boaster's in trouble. He's going to run back.
Nice and safe. Heaven play.
And 1, 2 spots them both in the smoke. How are they still alive?
Already, if Kayak had the element of surprise, it could have been disastrous. Zeus tries to TP in, and well, TP's out real quick. Out of the round. FUT a man down. Spike still to cross to sight. Hopefully won't go for the deep dive down below into the abyss. The problem is Fnatic are already here, boots on the ground. Yedeje in with a chance. Thought he was going to go through that smoke, but no, he sticks around.
They're still feeling like they need to make plays.
Yeah, but then Boaster can kind of just wait this out and Astra ult if he wants to.
A fair amount of the weaponry, but
you would
the
imagine
rotating
they're
in are just
prepped
going to
for
defend.
it.
The main thing that's bought though is time. That clock is ticking. Baiting out some of that utility is going to be important, but the trade is immediate. Not giving a chance. Putting them now into a 3v5. Make that 4, as Mr. Farland's found one.
Oh my goodness.
Position is hugely valuable. He's on the edge. He manages to come out with 2.
way.
And that's round over.
But they still use like triple ult into this. It's not you can't repeat this. And I think
you know, I was just thinking,
they got a little bit of a bonus by Boaster using his ult into it.
None of the ult
you can't feel super happy about this. That's only because they have the 3 ults.
Didn't play as big a factor as it does in so many rounds, but it's the reaction on the back of this. It's the fact that not only do we have that space taken by Yedeje, but that you still see out of Captain stick around up close. There's players further back drawing the eye, and he's able to drop one up there. It's not a common position.
The smoke is really
and when
nice.
it comes to ability to escape,
smoke gives them so much space and angles to watch once they flood out towards spawn as well.
It was Fnatic that had to run for the hills, save a weapon over, and that's again part of the
okay, money's low for Fnatic though, so if FUT manage to win this, they're pretty much going to get to 10-10.
Buying these big weapons, buying an AWP certainly not going to be easy.
The AWP's change up and they pick up the AWP to try and bait it out. Okay, they find out what the AWP is. Do they now want to take mid? Because they got the stuff for it. They do similar to what we were talking about before with the TP. They can't be spotted over towards middle, so it does create pressure.
He is. He's going back for more. They've used the drone to force him back.
Okay, they find that the AWP is still here.
Alpha falls for the ruse.
The thing is, they haven't really got him off the angle much. It's like drone spotted him close, then you had the clone see if he's still here, and now he's still watching the angle.
We've seen big plays from FUT. We've had individuals, but then
Kayak
everything has gone straight back to Fnatic.
Might have just absolutely owned it. It's all about the timing.
This is something that Levin was doing a lot on BBL.
Okay, and here's 2 running over towards B, so he knows that this is a fake. That info on its own is incredible. And the timing is even better. Dude, this was lovely though, pushing mid at like the 1 minute mark when you're making a call. Everyone's starting to group.
But that damage, Tom, that might be enough. Out of Captain's utility is key for this site take.
You can't move players, you can't stun them up, you can't have your smokes. Like, it's just going to have to be a dry hit in Boaster. Oh, he's caught in his own utility though. Kayak still within the site.
That's a nice
no
flash.
Ability to escape at this stage, has to stand and fight. And what was looking like a damning position now sits in a 3v3.
Very winnable indeed. Sidestepping the ult, but they were still caught by it.
Dude, he only tanked 1 bullet there.
One of them was even a headshot, so not mattering so much. He takes advantage of the chaos. Alpha Year's left to pick up the pieces in a 1 versus 3. Looks like FUT are charting a course for a 10-9 scoreline. With the economy where it is for Fnatic, we could see things equalized without too much difficulty. What a recovery this has been. It's not over yet. Maybe Alpha can pull out the play. No,
okay, nicely done. Another round that was because of the ult as well, though, really.
Grouping up, it's the right call. The firing squad prevails.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take this. Dude, no smoke. Smoke to get over towards Saint. The fader was everything.
That was the only problem. It was a weird way to do your util, but it was the way that he was doing it. But it's the walk-up. Boaster, it is the one sort of real downside of Astra. It's very easy to get caught up in your own utility. We've seen it from both of them in this round. And Kayak, we saw, because of that aggressive push, used both of his gate crashes, doesn't have one to escape. So even though he finds a kill, there is no way out of the round.
We said if they won this, they get it to 10-10.
Comes to fruition.
Unless they get wrecked by Sheriffs, we should see it.
In the form of the
similar pressure over towards middles. The first time we've seen Boaster try and disrespect the smoke slightly. TP again at the same point. Pressure once again over towards middle.
It's a big problem indeed. And we've seen the Sheriff ace, but that was from Zeus. Someone of Fnatic wants to go play for play with him. I'm here to see it. For now, it doesn't look like that's likely. Nice shutdown onto Kayak, and there's big plays up towards top mid. Boaster the one to be on the receiving end of this hit up close with a Sheriff.
That's a great jump, man. The jump's actually owned him.
Too difficult for him to land. Now the B side's open, the plant should be secured, and even the rotations on the flank, well, they're known about, and one player's been stuck behind the wall, so they're also separated a little
Not again, dude. Atlas getting the worst timings.
He's got to be careful. He might get caught in a
maybe the best
similar
timings.
position, but I think he's just bypassed Alpha. He's actually going to go hunting, thinking about maybe getting that gun.
Yeah,
instead.
And this was nice from this was nice from Crashies though.
The thing is, though, that
he just jumped through the wall over towards here to make sure that he was focusing on him.
Or does he want the gun? What's damage?
Maybe even just wanted a gun for his teammate. You get that pick in an advanced position, it's an easy pickup. Crashies will find it hard to locate this weapon. I don't know why I thought Alpha was playing to get his teammate a weapon.
Nice.
No, he swings up into the window and looks for a fight.
Maybe it's a little timeout. Maybe a little timeout. If you're Fnatic, you're still not feeling too bad. You got it to 10-10 the only round. So they won really with the ult rounds and double pistol.
If you do win a round or two, you can get a buy. And
it
more importantly,
probably
Bladestorm, like it's getting ever closer.
Needs to put someone on middle to get that info instant.
Seeing that weaponry
like this fake pressure here is kind of wrecking them a little bit. I'm surprised they don't play like, I don't know, it's hard because as we can see, this util hasn't been used. It's just there to just pressure, but obviously it might get used on this.
Deploying drone. 1:30 on the clock.
Yeah.
Looking at Fnatic.
EP fake again, and they still didn't use the star. It's just the pressure of it. Same thing. Question mark over towards middle. Now I'll have two people watching here, so the sights are weaker.
To see nobody is home. So Fnatic now know.
Fnatic have loads of good ults to retake.
The deeper reaches of A main are wide open. You start to think there'll be a rotation on the B side, but maybe they think they just dodge.
Oh my goodness, Kayak just tanked a dink.
Pretty soon that's not the case. Heavy presence on the B side of the map wall.
And they spotted the Yoru though, right? Or not? I'm not sure who faced.
The side itself has most of the
this is gonna get a little bit crazy with all the ults.
Everyone except Yedege.
Kayak and Crashies can combo, but then Crashies might get countered by Mr. Fallon's.
This combo normally guarantees you at least a kill, but in fact it's the attack one used first. Now the defensive one comes in.
No way! Crashies took down Kayak on 10 HP.
That could have gone friendly fire on the side of Fnatic, and Mr. Fallen in the meantime has managed to dance between the utility of buying
oh
the
dear God.
I
fell apart real fast.
Just one man standing and not for long.
Oh boy, and they used Yoru, Sova, and Breach ult. Oh boy.
But then there was a blunder.
Yeah, that is a big blunder indeed. You know, you look at how FUT are using
the
that
Sova ult
so
from
nice.
I mean, this was kind of nice. Like the Sova ult to make sure they can't flood out and take the space with the Yoru ult.
He just came out of the ult.
Yeah, he just got out of it.
He was still in dimensional drift, so yeah, it had to be perfect timing essentially, or imperfect as you like. But Yedege
always knew.
Yeah, this was cool though, honestly. I liked their Sova ult, yeah.
Down from the inside. But this is the thing, man. You look at FUT, so they have buys. They've got a main push. They've got mid push with Yedege. That's one person dedicated to that angle. Everybody else moves in the other direction. Fnatic end up popping.
Yeah, I thought the timeout would have been for that one, but it's for this one. Another in a rough spot because no ults really.
Try to push them back, and you've got the Hunter's Fury to kill Kayak. So for FUT, just a perfect round. Nice and easy. They've got a game plan. Their opponent's game plan doesn't work, which is even better. And now, look what that round has done. You can see it on your screens here. The bottom right, those weapons, not as good as the bottom left. And that should tell you everything you need to know. Fnatic have called their last timeout. It's 11-10. The lead has slipped out of their hands with 4 consecutive rounds to their opponents. And after that last round, yeah, this is definitely the right time to touch base.
The scarier thing is the fact that they used 3 ults.
3 ults and the recovery.
The only person killed by the ult was their own teammate.
Yep.
And they only got 1 kill in general. So
now they go down to an eco. And I felt like a lot of that timeout would have been down like to this. No, this mid pressure.
Pretty much
They're getting, I feel like they get so owned by this fake mid pressure.
Potential of Steel Guard. And now, this is the one ult they do have, and they get it, but yeah,
okay, yeah, we changed it up a little bit. Both tried to disrespect the smoke, but ended up taking damage. Fake smoke, sorry, fake TP again. I mean, it's nice from FUT. Like, they do everything great. They prowler close to see if anyone's here to make sure they can get the info. Now we've got 4 people, and they're going to early clear mid. So yeah, this is what the timeout was about. Just the fact that this mid pressure is just owning them. Having 2 people to watch this, so the sites are just weak. And then they insta-re-clear it. So this is the first time where they actually like clear this pressure and they can stack the sites heavier, or in this case, just push down bottom mid. At's doing his own, he's doing his own boast, the cosplay, just sitting bottom of mid.
It's gonna be so frustrating, man. Oh, the Blade Storm's done well to pick up the first, even with low HP. Your opponent doesn't have a weapon out. They'll find it hard to deal the damage. The Waldo is about to give away the info, the updraft instead, but Mr. Fallen was sat ready and waiting. Zeus up in an advanced position.
My goodness, he's still alive.
He can't get out of here. He has
oh my god, dude, and the ult came in and got rid of all of their guns. Bro, Zeus has been sick this map, to be fair to him.
With 30 health, Boaster alone.
He's fragging real heavy.
A reveal online for Mr. Fallen. Time against him, and a player sat up top.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't going anywhere near Fnatic's favor, and with Yedije closing it out, it is 12
okay,
to
2
10.
chances.
2 chances for a team who's been trailing for most of this map to take the lead. 1-0 going into Fnatic's map pick.
I'll say as well, I think Yedije in the second half has been like god tier. Like the amount of positions that he's found himself in, just to remove.
Dude, look at his POV.
At the end of the round, or in
just
this case, I believe
flashed.
he took away all their guns, but it was from a side position, so they still didn't know where he was coming from. He's just been, well, he's been an absolute rat, but in the best possible way.
Okay, Alpha's had enough. He's disrespecting the smoke that's going to go over towards middle and shooting this. This time, though, no smoke over towards middle, but he is going to be able to op hit pretty early. Boaster has his ult for retake, so they're going to feel like they have to play heavier on site.
Have a stack up of players, but none of them currently within the site.
Alpha's looking for the push. And he's found it, or they found him at least, through the smoke.
And that's Boaster who goes down with his ult as well. It's a disaster at heaven.
Emerges. There's a late flank by Yedije. I don't think he was spotted by Crash. He's pixel perfect on the timing. Just shallow enough on the peak, and his kayak falls. The site itself still contested. The flank definitely coming through. Mr. Fallen's ran in just to try to end
respect, man, respect. Okay, FUT double pistol definitely helped him, but this whole mid pressure with the fake Euro TP owned Fnatic. Like, it really owned them.
It has been proven to us as well.
They're like mid default. It was nice.
Strike twice in the form of Zeus.